The history of Canada is a rich and complex tapestry that spans thousands of years, encompassing Indigenous peoples, European exploration, colonization, cultural exchange, political evolution, and more. Here, I'll provide you with a detailed overview of the history of Canada. Indigenous peoples, pre-contact era. The history of Canada begins long before the arrival of European settlers. Indigenous peoples, including First Nations, Inuit, and Métis, have inhabited the land that is now Canada for thousands of years. These diverse groups developed unique cultures, languages, and ways of life, shaped by their interactions with the environment and each other. European exploration and colonization. Viking exploration, 10th century, Norse explorers, led by Leif Erikson, are believed to have established a settlement called L'Anse aux Meadows in Newfoundland. This marks one of the earliest known European contacts with North America. Age of exploration, 15th–17th centuries, European powers, including England, France, and Spain, began exploring and establishing colonies in the Americas. John Cabot, 1497, and Jacques Cartier, 1534, made significant voyages to the Canadian region. French colonization, 17th century, Samuel de Champlain established the first permanent European settlement in Canada, called Quebec, in 1608. The French established fur trade relationships with Indigenous peoples, leading to the development of New France. British control, 18th century. The British and French clashed for control over North America, culminating in the Seven Years' War, 1756–1763. The Treaty of Paris, 1763, transferred New France to British control. British North America and Confederation. American Revolution, 1775–1783. The American colonies gained independence from Britain, leading to the arrival of Loyalists, loyal to the British Crown, in Canada. The influx of Loyalists contributed to the growth of English-speaking settlements. War of 1812. Tensions between Britain and the United States resulted in the War of 1812. While Canada was affected by the conflict, it also played a role in fostering a sense of national identity among Canadians. Rebellions of 1837–1838. Political and economic grievances led to uprisings in Upper and Lower Canada, now Ontario and Quebec. These events prompted discussions about self-government and representation. Confederation, 1867. The British North America Act united the provinces of Ontario, Quebec, New Brunswick, and Nova Scotia into the Dominion of Canada, a self-governing entity within the British Empire. Expansion and modernization. Westward expansion. Canada expanded westward through treaties, negotiations, and the construction of the Canadian Pacific Railway. The Dominion Lands Act encouraged settlement in the Western Territories. Indigenous relations. The relationship between the Canadian government and Indigenous peoples was marked by treaties, land disputes, and cultural challenges. The residential school system had a devastating impact on Indigenous communities. World Wars. Canada participated in both World War I and World War II, contributing troops, resources, and industrial production. These conflicts played a role in Canada's growing global identity. Post-war period. Canada experienced rapid economic growth and urbanization in the post-war years. The country embraced multiculturalism and social welfare programs, shaping its modern identity. Recent developments and contemporary Canada. Quebecois nationalism. Quebec's desire for more autonomy and cultural preservation led to the Quiet Revolution in the 1960s and referendums on sovereignty in the late 20th century. Constitutional changes. The repatriation of the Canadian Constitution in 1982 included the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, which solidified individual rights and freedoms in Canadian law. Indigenous rights and reconciliation. Efforts have been made to address historical injustices and improve Indigenous relations through initiatives such as the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Economic and social evolution. Canada has evolved into a highly developed, diverse, and multicultural society, known for its strong healthcare and education systems, natural resource industries, and international peacekeeping efforts. This overview provides a glimpse into the deep and intricate history of Canada. Each era and event has shaped the nation's identity, values, and relationship with its Indigenous peoples and the wider world.